You probably would not connect sports and street cars so easily, but you would be wrong. To prove that, 27 teams from 17 European countries came to Berlin to fight in the 5th European Streetcar Championship. And this one was the biggest ever to happen. From Portugal to Finland, the best streetcar drivers wanted to find out which team really is the best.
Very exciting for us to be here in Berlin. It's a very nice city and you have lots of nice yellow trams here.
You get to know the other drivers, you can talk to them, and now they're no strangers anymore. That's the best part.
I'm very proud and I'm going to do my best, but we need a little bit lucky.
But because nobody wants to rely on luck, every team got the chance to inspect the cars and to practice some of the disciplines. And they even were allowed to test the streetcars on the streets of Berlin, which was important, because every streetcar has its own way and each team only had 20 minutes to get in touch with it. But as they all are professionals, that was enough time, and they all had great fun.
Super.
It was awesome, completely different if you compare to Vienna. We have a different type of cast, we have Ulf, so yeah, it was really great. And Berlin did not need a second thought whether they wanted not only to be part of the championship, but to host it as well. First of all, the idea itself is astounding, to bring together streetcar drivers from so many countries. And this is why it's not only a great joy, but also a great honor to be the host of the European Championship.
Es ist uns eine ganz besondere Freude und wir sind auch stolz darauf, dieses Jahr der Ausrichter für diese Europameisterschaft zu sein.
In the evening, there also was a city tour on a historic streetcar and a lovely get-together. But the evening did not last too long, as the tournament was the next day already and everybody wanted to be in the best form possible. The next morning, while the teams are presented to the audience, the drivers backstage are hungry for action already. I will not promise anything, but we really are not too bad, and third place at least should be in for us. That would be good.
We're quite confident about this competition.
Yeah, exciting.
And so the games started. As the local heroes, Berlin was the opening team. Disciplines were braking at point without looking at the speed indicator, driving by a dummy without hitting it, make a precise stop with the door at exactly the right spot, a push drive where the real driver is in the back and the teammate tells him where to stop, and streetcar bowling. That doesn't need any explanation. But it's not only about speed, but about exact evaluation. And even if that doesn't always work out right, the audience still was impressed. You do not see that in everyday life, and here you realize all the things the drivers have to do. This precision landing they do, that really shows skill. I mean, for real, it's an outstanding performance. I have tried to drive and brake a streetcar for myself, even if it was only here in this safe area. I really think it's unbelievable.
Also, ich finde es fast unvorstellbar.
And the scenery proves that right. At least the last year's champions from Rotterdam were a bit distracted, it seems.
There's a lot of pressure on you, a lot of cameras, a lot of people, so you are a little bit nervous, so something can go wrong.
It's the game of the luck.
It's the game.
And of skill, because in the second round many teams showed that they have a perfect sense of proportion. Especially Berlin made a really great leap to the top by showing an almost perfect performance. Somebody here made a good job with the dummy, even if I almost messed it up with the starting speed. But now we're done with the warm-up, and so we did better. The first start also was a bit chaotic, but we worked that out as well. But it did not work out enough to be the winning team, just as it did not for Lyon, leader after the first round. The winner in the end was Team Budapest. To us it always was a game, but now we are overjoyed that we are the winners. But that was not all. As the last discipline, the leading 8 teams fought for the title Streetcar Bowling Champion, and here Lyon was the winner.
I win. I'm so happy.
So, driving a streetcar is not only about braking and accelerating. All the 27 teams showed how precisely they were able to move those massive and big cars. And of course, there will be a next time next year, just slightly south on Tenerife.